Hi there, welcome to the Wright State Insider. My name's Shelby Leeds, and today we are going to be talking to the student athletes where we get to know them on and off the court. Today we have Lainey Stevenson. She's with Wright State Volleyball, and she just recently got third in school history for career assists for volleyball, so that's awesome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Sweet. Okay, so you just went through a big graduation this past spring. How was that?
It was awesome. I graduated with my major in communications, so media studies, and my minor was organized leadership. So now I'm in the fall, I'm in grad school, and I'm doing sports management because I want to be a college coach and one day be an athletic director.
Wow, so maybe we'll see you out on TV one of these days coaching.
Coaching, yep.
So, what made you choose Wright State?
I chose Wright State for a bunch of different reasons, mainly because it was super close to my house. It's only an hour. I'm from Cincinnati area. So I loved that I would be close. My family could still come to all the games. I knew some of the girls that were going to be on the team here, so it really helped with the family atmosphere. Then once you got here, meeting BG and Joylyn and the coaches, it was just a really welcoming environment and something I wanted to be a part of.
That's great. That's what I know we hope to always have.
Yeah.
So you chose a fifth year to come back.
Yes.
What made you choose that?
A few different reasons. We had a really great whole 4 years that I've had here. But the last year we didn't finish how we wanted to. We finished third. And we obviously wanted to win, go back to back from winning in the spring. So that had something to do with it, a little bit of unfinished business. And then playing with the girls around me, it was just tough to have the opportunity to play again and just be like, no, I'm good, I'm going to hang out my jersey. So I really wanted to play and win another championship for those girls.
Yeah, I got to finish out strong.
Yeah.
Well, I know that COVID throughout your college experience has been a very big impact.
Yeah.
And something that you've been able to get involved in is SAC. I heard that you were the president of
Yes,
SAC.
I am.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And I heard, so it was through your sophomore year that you got it?
Yes, so I got nominated to be on the Horizon League Council. So that's one student athlete, represents all the Horizon League student athletes with all the other athletic directors in the conference. So I got nominated to be on that in February of 2020, so right before COVID had hit. Once COVID hit, we were meeting 3 times a week to talk about playing safety and talking about if we're going to have a season in the fall, what's best for the student athletes. So I was involved in a lot of those decisions to actually postpone the season and have it play out in the spring just for the safety of everyone involved, like officials, student athletes, coaches. So that was really a great experience, opportunity to be that voice of the student athletes in that room. Throughout the HL SAC or whatever, I got nominated to be on the D1 SAC. So I represent the Horizon League as a whole on the national level. So I'm the one student athlete that represents the Horizon League. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, speaking of being in SAC and being on that conversation with COVID, I read that you were one of the athletes that told them to just use the word canceled instead of indefinitely delayed because of just knowing that it needed to be canceled.
Yeah.
How did that feel, knowing that you spoke for the athletes that didn't have a chance to say that?
Yeah, that was definitely a conversation we had on the Horizon League level throughout all the student athletes, the 2 reps from every conference or every campus. That was just something that we were like, don't give us false hope. If you guys know at the end of the day it's going to be canceled, just use the word canceled. Don't say indefinitely suspended, because that gives us false hope that, maybe next month they'll be able to run our season, when we all knew at the end of the day it wasn't going to happen. So I was just kind of firm in my stance that student athletes just wanted it to be canceled until the spring, let us have a full season to the best abilities, and that was something I was really passionate about.
Yeah, that is definitely a tough point to be just tell me now.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is crazy, and my heart goes out to you girls, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to get an extra season to be able to play, because you guys, from what I've seen, it's been a really amazing season.
Really worth it.
So I heard that you went to a conference in the summer in Vegas.
Yes.
Okay, how was that?
So that was the COSIDA event, and that's what Nick, Alex, they do. So it's our Collegiate Sports Information Directors of America. They are the people behind the scenes that take pictures, set up interviews just like this. They write or send newspaper articles, people to us to just talk to They do everything behind the scenes, and it was a really cool opportunity just to kind of get to experience what they do and their struggles. I learned a lot about like the SID burnout and how it's like really high, and like this is like a big field that no one kind of wants to be in because they're underpaid and overworked. So it was a really cool opportunity and interesting event. It didn't hurt that it was in Vegas. I was like, yeah, I'll go represent D1 So it was a really good opportunity.
Yeah, wow. So traveling through that, and I know you've probably traveled everywhere with volleyball at this point. Is there any place in this world that you think that you would definitely want to travel to if you could?
Oh boy. I don't know. I really enjoyed Venice when I went. Me and my sisters went on a sister trip throughout Europe, and that was probably my favorite place was Venice. So I would love to go back there again.
And I know we're talking like off the court too, but your sisters, is your whole family involved in volleyball or just?
So my mom started the club that I played at. So I was the little baby pushed around in the volleyball cart when I was 3 years old. And then my oldest sister is 26, so she played. My middle sister played, and then switched to softball, kind of. Volleyball wasn't her thing. So they all played. My oldest sister could have played in college, but just chose not to. My mom played Division I at Winthrop, where she met my dad. He played baseball there. So
wow,
they're big volleyball people. My dad is way more now, but he was big baseball, softball. But my mom's always been very much volleyball.
And I'm sure your family knows a lot about being the best fans for you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. They have that big RV they bring to every tailgate. My mom calls me every day and she like cries and is like, I'm just gonna miss watching you play, and the RV and the tailgate, and it's just the whole atmosphere. They treat it like it's a football game on a Saturday. It's the best event ever, but they'll definitely miss watching me play.
Oh my goodness. And I'm sure you'll miss it too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So how has it been seeing like the generations coming up in Wright State? Since you've been here, you know this campus. Does it change more every single year, like with the type of people that you see coming in?
Well, my degree got moved to online fully. So I was on campus freshman year, and then sophomore year, the first semester, and then after that, I do not step foot on campus. I like go now, I'll get Starbucks like on campus, and I love the library, so I live at the library. But other than that, I've not been on campus at all. But I know that like my roommates, they would be like, it's so weird going to class now and like sitting next to people, just because they were so used to everything being online and just talking online and doing all your school online. So I think the adjustment back from online to like in person was definitely for the better. I think we all missed having school in person because it just kind of gave you an escape from sitting in your room and being on your computer. But my college experience throughout post-COVID has just been online schooling.
Wow. And so for your communications major, I know everyone gets through those points where they're like, I changed my major, I didn't know I wanted to do this. What was your experience with that? Did you always want to do what you're planning on doing?
I was bound. I was like, oh, I'm going to be a teacher. Like, because every coach that I know is a teacher. So I was like, oh, I'm going to be a teacher. So freshman year I went in as middle childhood education. I was like, this is what I want to do. I do not like children. I'm just not good with kids. So I was like, I probably should not be a teacher. So I switched from middle childhood education to like communications. The senior at the time, Alana Lemming, she was getting communication. She's like, you'd be good at this. It's fine. Like you can go in like with a focus. So I went in with the focus of media studies. And that you can kind of do anything. But I've always wanted to do something with sports. So I was like, okay, if I don't want to be a coach, then I can be an SID. So it just made the most sense for me at the time to switch to middle childhood to media studies.
And I know that we are all super excited to see the rest of your season and to see your team out there. But thanks for sitting down with me. It was very nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me. You too.